I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, and I'll be giving class tonight. Our class is about Ardha Humananasana, which is a half split pose, and we will be working on both the half split and the split. Although this can be a challenging task, I'd like to try and keep you in the present moment and just approach everything with curiosity as we explore these stretches together. All right, let's begin with our pranayama practice to help us center ourselves here in the moment. We'll begin in a reclined posture, so just unfold the body onto the mat. You can leave your knees up if you'd like to, leaning against each other, or lengthen your legs out. Press the skull into the mat a bit to tuck your shoulders under. And then feel the breath in the body. And you might imagine the whole body is like a liquid, maybe even full of stress, a stress liquid. Take a nice full breath in and breathe it slowly out in a third from the top of the head down to the chest. Another third from the chest to the hips. And then from the hips to the toes. Full breath in, and then just draining that stress from the body. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Blowing through your lips like as if through a straw. Pausing after 1/3, pausing after 2/3, and then all the way out. Repeating that breath for a cycle or 3. Draining the stress out of the body. Finish the breath that you're on and take one more. And then we'll switch our approach by breathing in 3 counts, filling the belly, spreading the ribs, and filling all the way to the top. And then a slow, long exhale. Breathing in a third, a third, a third. And then a slow, long exhale through the lips, as if you're blowing clouds to the sky. Let the body be heavy and soft. Breathing in a third, all the way to the top. And then a slow, long exhale. Finish the breath that you're on and take one more of these breaths. And then return to the natural breath, sensing the breath as it enters the nose, flows through the sinuses, to the back of the throat. Perhaps you can even feel it in the lungs. Letting the breath slowly flow in and out, bringing your attention over your heart, and checking in with the inner weather. How am I doing in this moment? And bringing to mind a win. What win have you had this week? You might also think of it as a gratitude, something you're grateful for. something that's going right. When you're ready, lengthen up in a bit of a stretch, arms overhead, toes long. And then bring those knees into the chest. Get a little comfort on the low back. And then bring yourself up into a seated posture. We'll begin our practice together here in a seat. Feel the weight of the body in the seated posture and gently lengthen the spine as you drop the ear towards the right shoulder. Drift the chin towards the chest and roll the ear up to the other shoulder and back again. And then roll your shoulders forward, up towards the ears and down the back. Repeating that neck and shoulder movement to help release tension in the body. Reach your hands out to the side, scoop the air up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, big breath, thumbs back. Exhale down. Once more, scoop it up. Exhale home. Interlace the hands and push them away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, a little side bend. And inhale in the center. Exhale, side bend. And release. Let the thumbs roll back a bit. Bring your right hand to the mat, sweep up with the left hand, lengthening. Push the opposing hip down and stretch. Inhale as you come through center and take that side bend on the other side. Once more across. Exhale, side bend and roll that heart towards the earth a bit. Inhale, open. Come to the other side, sweeping over, let the heart roll down, and then open. And pausing any time that you need as your practice progresses through this evening. Always want to honor our own experience. Come on over onto your hands and knees, and we'll begin our flow. Take a little cat-cow here just to begin with. Lift the right hand up, sweep it into a thread, your needle, bringing the shoulder and ear towards the mat. Good stretch on the back body. Bring the hand back to the mat, lift the left hand up, thread the needle, ear and shoulder. Inhale, bring it back, push the hips back, sweep the hands to your heels, tuck the toes, and release the right hand. So you push up into a half camel and switch, dancing the camel back and forth, left and right. Inhale the hands up, bring the hands into cactus, a strong back, fold at the hips as you're bringing your hands back to the mat. Cat-cow. Inhale, thread the needle. And switch, inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring the hand to the mat, press the hips back in your child's pose. Hands sweep to your heels, tuck your toes. Option to come up into a full camel if that's available to you, or go side to side. Come on up to your pillar pose. Exhale, elbows into cactus. And fold. One more time through this flow, a little cat-cow. Inhale, right arm, thread the needle. And switching the other side, left arm, thread. Bring the hand to the mat as you push your hips back. Sweep to the heels, Tuck the toes. Open up into your camel, half camel. Switching back and forth, whichever is right for you. Listen to your body. Keep the glutes squeezed when you're in camel. Hands up, come into cactus. Strong back and plant. A little cat-cow, and then find your table. We're going to strengthen the back body. These postures are simple but super powerful at keeping us really strong in our back. Push that right heel back so you feel the crown reaching forward, the heel back. Add the left thumb to the sky, sweep off center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale away, awkward airplane. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale away. Bring that left hand down, keep the right heel out, and straight up with that heel. Just a small movement as you lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, stamp up onto the sky. Donkey kicks for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick the booty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that foot to the mat and push the heel back, calf stretch. All right, bring that knee down. We'll take those moves on the other side. Keep your hands, fingers spread so you've got a good sturdy base in under your shoulders. Left heel can come back. Try to not let the hip open. Keep those hips level. Add that right thumb to the sky. Inhale a little lift here. Exhale, sweep off center. Breathing and gently moving. One more time, lengthen. Sweep away. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Keep that left heel long. And a little lift. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Push the heel up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick the heel to the glute for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the ball of the foot. Calf stretch. Let that knee come down. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Flip your wrists and sit back just a bit for a forearm stretch. And then turn your hands. Tuck your toes. Push your hands into your mat. Spread the sole of the foot just a bit as you press your heels back. Untuck the toes. Lift the knees. And once again, tuck the toes, push back. Crawl the hands forward, coming to your plank. Feet and hands are equal distance apart. Push up to your down dog. Soften the knees a little to let the chest come towards the thighs, and then peel the heels towards the mat. On the inhale, looking between your thumbs. And then walk to your forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the hands behind you as you rise and release. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to come to the back of our mat. We're going to walk using airplane to warrior 3 as our balance challenge tonight. So I heard this saying and I love this. So did you know when airplanes fly, 90% of the time they're off course, and yet they land at their destination? Why is that? Because of course correction. So as we're working with this airplane posture, I like to think if the balance isn't working for us, we do course correction, right? So finding your spot there at the back of your mat, holding a focus point, Step 1 foot forward. Let your arms come back and your heel lift with that. As you come out of that, take a step with the other foot. Try to keep that foot nice and parallel with the mat and lift into your airplane. Once again, other side. And again, the other side. And then walk back to your back of your mat, and this time we're going to encourage Warrior 3 to be part of it. So with airplane, our hands are behind us. With Warrior 3, they come up alongside it. And please listen to your shoulders. If that isn't going to work for you tonight, continue to take airplane. Stepping forward with one of the feet, holding your focus point. Option to bring those arms forward in your Warrior 3. And then taking it to the other side, airplane, and possibly Warrior 3. One more time on the left. And then one more time on the right. And release. All right, great job. Let's go into a little flow. Find our mountain posture. Top of the mat. Check in with your feet. It's really important to keep them parallel with the long edge of the mat. Really improves our balance. Feel the weight in the heels. Find the breath in the body and take a full cycle of breath. And release. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale and fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back on the right and bring that right knee down to the mat. Let the hips sink a little bit as you draw your knee and your heel towards each other. We're stretching that psoas and that hip flexor. And an option to raise the arms up, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands down, and this is our Ardha Humananasana half split. So you're bringing that back of that leg, draw that hip back. An option to keep the back engaged and let the heart come a little bit towards the knee, but don't lock the knee out. Crawl it forward, lift the arms up. Now we'll bring our hands to prayer and tuck the elbow over the knee. And then tuck the back toes. Now, if that elbow over the knee doesn't work for you, you can also just put your arm across, okay? Open the arm, hand on the knee. Any of those twists will work, okay? When you're ready, tuck the back toes, hold a focus point, lift up into your crescent lunge prayer twist or the twist that you're taking, and then release to your crescent lunge. We'll drop that back heel. Bring our arms into cactus. Lift the heart. Hold a focus point, float forward to our airplane. Drop the back foot, hands down. Step back for your plank. Taking your flow, knees, chest, chin, elbows in. Roll it up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot up, bend the knees and stack the hips. Fire hydrant. That right foot is going to come under the body and come out in front of the left side in an extended side angle. Sorry, extended leg side plank. The left hand comes down. The right foot returns to that fire hydrant. Right knee comes behind the right wrist. Okay. Bring your palm onto a block perhaps. Another option is to keep the ankle flexed. Slide that shin forward and take a little bit more of a stretch in that outer right hip. Option to fold a bit. if that feels good for you. Breathing. And then slide that shin back when you're ready. Set your block aside, frame out your hands. Tuck your back toe, return to your three-legged dog. Bring that right foot forward on the outside of the right hand for a gecko posture. And your hips may be a little tight like mine and not sink that far, that's okay. And step forward to your forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Feel the shoulder blades slide down, the crown of the head reach forward. Big breath into the belly. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms back, engage the glutes. Reaching up and releasing. Reposition your mountain posture. We'll take these moves on the other side. Warming up these muscles on the thighs and hip. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale a halfway lift. And fold, stepping back on the left, the knee comes down. Let's let our hips sink towards that forward heel as the heel and the knee come towards each other. Sometimes you can just draw them on your sticky mat to pull towards each other, and that helps stretch the psoas muscle and that front hip flexor now on the left. When you're ready, draw your arms up, let the heart lift. Exhale, frame the foot, draw the right hip back for your hurdler stretch, Ardha Humananasana. Humananasana. I'm not real good at some of those Sanskrit names, but enjoy the practice in the body. Let your hands walk forward, coming up into that low lunge. And prayer twist. Remember the options that worked for you. Tuck your back toes, hold a focus point as you lift, release into your crescent lunge. Cactus arms, and then let that back heel come down for your warrior one. When you're ready, hold a focus point, floating forward, airplane. Dropping back, bring your hands to the mat, step back for your flow. Coming to a plank, let your knees down, keep your elbows in, chest touches, chin, roll the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up, bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale, bring that left leg out in front of you on the right for an extended leg side plank. Right hand comes down, return that left foot up, and then bring that left knee behind the left wrist. We'll take our pigeon now. Keep the ankle flexed, slide it forward. I'm going to tuck my back toes on this side. Helps me get a little bit more stretch in the outer left hip. Play with your pose, exploring how it works best for you. Slide your shin back, frame out the hands. Three-legged dog. Exhale, the left foot comes to the outside of the left hand for your gecko posture. One more breath here, and as you exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep your hands back, rising up, tall mountain, and release. Little empty coat sleeves, letting go of any tension, and then come to a pause. Take a breath in and a slow exhale. Resetting the nervous system and finding your mountain posture for our next flow. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale and fold. Half lift. Exhale. Step back on the right, knee comes down. Returning to that low lunge. Walk the hip back for Ardha Humananasana. Come back to the low lunge. This time we're going to take the prayer twist, and when we unwind, we're going to unwind into reverse warrior. Tuck the back toes, hold a focus point, lift the knee, sweep the arms all the way over like a windmill, gaze at the back heel for a full reverse warrior. Windmill the arms back to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take or skip your flow. Inhale the right foot up. Bend the knee. Extended legs, side plank. Rolling to the inner blade of the left foot. Exhale, the hand comes down. Return that foot up. Exhale. Bring that foot to the outside of the hand for that gecko. Let the hips sink if they will. Exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. And fold. Sweep your hands back. And release. Pausing for a full breath. And exhale. Find your mountain posture. We'll take these moves on the other side and go as slow as you wish, because this isn't a race. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale a half lift. And fold, step back on the left, the knee comes down, low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Humananasana. Forward to our low lunge. Option for your prayer twist. Tuck the back toes. We're aiming for reverse warrior. Windmill the hands over and back to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take a flow. Inhale the left foot up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale, extended legs, side plank. Bring the hand down, the foot returns to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward for your gecko posture. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Pausing here. Walk both hands over to the left ankle. Bend the right knee, left hand to the left hip. Rotate the heart towards the knee. Walk the hands towards the right ankle. Bend the left knee. Right hand on the right hip. Turn the heart towards the knee. Return to the center. Inhale for a half lift. Big breath. And fold. Sweep the hands behind you as you rise. And release. Take a cleansing breath, or 2 or 3. I'm going to grab a little sip of water. You're doing great. We're going to move into a B series now, and this one here will have a little bit more of a challenge with the splits in it. Just explore with curiosity what your body can do. I do encourage you to have 2 blocks available to you. This will help you offload a little weight from the legs as you're exploring this stretch. Bring both blocks to the top of your mat. Find your mountain posture. Breathing. The arms float up. A strong back as you float into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Holding in plank for 1 breath. Push your hips up to your down dog. Inhale the left heel up, bend and stack the hips. Exhale into your extended leg side plank, coming onto the inner blade of the right foot. Bring the hand down, return the foot to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot into your gecko posture. Outside of the left hand, bring the knee down. Keep the toes tucked. Walk your hands up onto that left knee. Steady both feet in the 2 lanes of traffic. As you lift the back knee, sweep back for your reverse warrior. Breathe. Bring the arms forward. Let the heel drift back just a little as you come into a warrior 1, and then let the arms come to cactus. Land the hands behind the sacrum. Draw them down the sacrum as you lift your heart. Spread across the collarbones. Keep the core engaged. Slowly and in control, let the heart float down towards the thigh. Release the hands to a block. Bring it to the inside of the left foot. Lift the back heel, 2 heels at 6 o'clock. We're sinking into our runner's lunge. Let the hips lower, the heart lift. Alternate that with your pyramid. Little step forward with the back foot. Draw the left hip back. Float your heart down towards the knee. Keep a micro bend in that knee. Going back and forth, runner's lunge and pyramid. One more time each. Breathing with these stretches. And then bring that knee down to the mat. Take your block in both hands. And I like to take the long edge of the block. This is called the number 2 position. 1 position, 2 position, and 3 position. So I prefer the number 2 position. Okay, we're going to walk our knee back and our heel forward. Keep your spine long as you explore this. Keep the back toes tucked as you walk that knee back. Breathing with this stretch. You may or may not lower the heart towards the knee. Just explore with curiosity and breath. Backing away from anything that's painful. Press into the blocks a bit to offload the stretch. Change the position a little. And then bring that heel and knee back together. Set the blocks aside. Step back for your plank. And take your flow. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then come to your downward facing dog. Take a breath or two in downward facing dog. And then we will move to these stretches on the other side. The right foot goes up, bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale into your extended leg side plank. The hand comes down, the foot goes back up. Exhale, bring the foot to the outside of the hand. Get-go posture. Bring the knee down. Walk the hands up onto the right knee. Lengthen through your spine. Tuck your back toes so your 2 feet have a little bit of traction between them. Lift the knee and then sweep the hands back. Reverse warrior. And the arms come forward. The heel drifts back just a bit. Coming to 2 lanes of traffic, warrior 1, cactus arms. So the back toes are at a 10 o'clock, front toes at 12. Bring the hands behind the sacrum, draw them down, spread across the collarbones, and then slowly exhale, humble warrior. Release the hands to a block. Bring that block to the inside of the right foot. And then drop the hips a little into your runner's lunge. Begin to stretch the psoas in the front of the left hip. Then a little half step forward with the back foot so the heel can come down, and draw the right hip back, feeling that stretch of the hamstring on the right. Float the heart down just a bit. Feel free to alternate back and forth between these 2 postures. Continuing to let that stretch really come into play here as we prepare for our split. And then let that back heel come down, or back knee come down. Take your blocks in the number 2 position. And slowly work that heel forward. Tuck the back toes and curl that knee back. And you may have a different range on the 2 sides. Just explore the stretch both in the back of the right leg and the front of the left leg. Breathing, surfing, backing away from pain. Another breath or 2. Offload a little bit of tension onto the blocks as you draw your 2 feet towards each other. Set your blocks aside. And then step back to your plank. Taking or skipping a flow. And coming to your downward facing dog. Inhale as you look between your thumbs and exhale as you step forward. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the hands behind you as you rise and release. Come to the long edge of the mat and let your feet step apart. Full straddle with the heels out wide. Press on the tops of your thighs. Fold the heart forward. Let the hands come to the mat or a block. Keep drawing the tailbone high. Walk the hands a little bit to one foot and then the other as you explore the stretch in the back of the legs. Put your hands underneath your gaze and let your knees come down to the mat. Place your hands in your plank position. Lift the knees or leave them down, whichever is right for you. Taking 3 to 5 breaths here. Push to down dog. Inhale forward to your plank and let your elbows come down. Dolphin plank, 3 to 5 breaths. Crawl the feet a little forward. Push the hips up for dolphin plank. Back to dolphin dog, I should say. Now dolphin plank again for 3 breaths. Knees come down. Push your hips back over the knees and the forehead comes to the mat. Cleansing breath. Walk your knees through your arms and bring yourself down onto your mat. You can use the strategy of slowly unwinding the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're down on your mat, bring your heels up behind your glutes. Bring your hands just behind the ears, so caging the ears. Now float your shins into tabletop and do a slow crawl, drawing the elbow across towards the knee as the other foot extends out. And bicycle over to the other side. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come back. Back and forth slowly with your breath. Go for a couple more. Bring the heels behind the glutes, arms alongside the body. Roll your shoulders under. Roll up into your bridge. Draw the knees a bit towards each other. Weight in the right foot if you decide you'd like to float the left foot out. And then bring that toe to the sky. Breath. Heel back to the mat. Lift the hips, lift the heels, lengthen the spine vertebrae by vertebrae towards the mat. Cleansing breath. Cage the ears, shins and tabletop. Slow crawl. Follow your breath. Use the whole body. Stay engaged. Keep your attention into the movement. One more each side. Bring your heels down, and we'll take another bridge. Weight in the left foot this time. If you're doing the one-footed bridge, bring that right foot out in front of you and then up to the sky. Exhale, bring the heel down. Lift your heels. Unwind that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the knees in towards the chest, circles on the back. Find a block, plant your heels, lift your sacrum and slide the block underneath the sacrum. Roll your shoulders under and Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. It's time for our restorative practice. Let the heels drift apart. Breathing was an intense practice. Be kind to yourself as you recover. Let the heels come back together, the left knee in, as the right heel goes long. Then just walk your hands up the back of your left leg. And switching, right knee in, left heel goes long. And walk your hands up the back of that right leg. And then a breath or two as you just rest. Let both heels come down to the mat. Lift up to release the block, to set it aside. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Press on the outside of the knees as your knees press out on your hands. Then come to the top of the knees and press the right knee away as that right knee tries to push into the chest. The left knee, press on the front of it and push it away. So you're pushing them in opposite directions. And then switch. So the hand and the knee are opposing each other in tension. Back and forth just a little bit here. Then we'll take a long spinal twist, letting the left leg go long. Bring the right knee in and take it across the body. As you kick that foot out, let your right hand and your gaze go out behind you. Breathing into that twist. Left hand underneath the right knee. Come back through center. Go along with the right leg. Bring the left knee in. Let it come across the body. And then the gaze and the left hand come out behind you. Right hand underneath the left knee. And gently come back to center. It's time for our Shavasana. Let the body unfold onto the mat. Arms and legs a bit away from the center of the body. Take all the time you need and all the space you need. This practice is for you. Let the body feel heavy on the mat. Feel the liquidness of your body. As you breathe, let the breath come in to fill you. And the exhale leaving to release you. The body growing heavy. Softening of the brow, the eyebrows drift apart. The eyes themselves are soft like pools of water. Letting go of more tension. The neck and the shoulders getting heavy. Heaviness that comes through the arms, through the elbows, to the wrists, and through the hands. Feel the heaviness of the whole body. Drink in a little breath. You can certainly stay in your Shavasana posture as long as you wish. And join me in finding a little bit of movement in fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Lengthen out in a more of a stretch. When you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest. Draw circles on the back body. And switch directions. Take your time, finding your way back to a seated posture. And we'll close our practice time together. Thank you for joining me in this week's practice. May you be patient with yourself in the practice of yoga. May it teach you patience, kindness, and may it bring you peace. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for being here. Always glad to have you with me.